What's up, everybody, and welcome to day number 11. This is our last rest day for during the week for the work week and everything. Next week, I'm going to be starting full time, doing 5 days a week. And, if I miss a morning, then I'll make it up in the afternoon. But yeah, we're going to start going full time from now on and hitting it every day, hitting the gym, at least during the week. And weekends, I might throw in a workout here and there. But for the most part, yeah, every day I'm going to start working out. So I had my dentist appointment yesterday, and that was a goal of, body transformation and everything that I wanted to do. Teeth, getting my contacts like I wanted to do, getting my health in order, doing the diet, exercise, spirituality. So I went to the dentist yesterday, and it was very expensive. I was not expecting that. It was $5,500 for a couple cavities and for a deep cleaning. And they also had like a night guard to like hold my jaw in place while I sleep and stuff like that. I need a lot of dental work done. It wasn't as expensive as it could have been, but at the same time, it was more expensive than I was expecting. I'd called and asked about certain prices for certain things, and they gave me a quote, and then basically the information they told me was not accurate at all. But I'm having to pay $1,700 right away just to be able to have the deep cleaning done, because I do need it. It is important. And then I'm going to start going and getting a cavity taken care of at a time, every couple months, go and get another cavity taken care of. And now it's figuring out how I can pay that off, how I can still afford everything that I'm planning on doing and still stay on track. The contacts, really cheap and expensive. For me to go and have the contact fitting, I think it's like $130. And then for the contacts themselves, probably like another $130. That's super cheap. I can afford that anytime. The thing is, if I was to go and have, my eyes done and everything, it would cost me probably about $5,000 to $7,000 to have LASIK like I wanted. And that was my main goal for this year, was being able to actually get my eyes done. I wasn't expecting all this work on my teeth. And so it was kind of an unexpected cost, but we're still moving forward, putting one foot in front of the other. I'm not going to let it get to me. Can't control it. It needs to be done. Same way, you need maintenance on the car, which I do need to do maintenance on the car. But I'm glad I went. I'm glad I got it taken care of. So I have an appointment in 2 weeks to go back and actually have the work done itself. And I already paid, the down payment for it and everything. And I'm going to try to get it at least paid off faster than average. That way, at least it builds my credit, and at least I'm paying it off faster. And then I can slowly get the rest of the work done. So it was good. It was a good day. Accomplished everything that I set out to do. We went to the gym yesterday. We did our diet yesterday. Accomplished everything that I was planning on doing. We went to the gym yesterday. I stayed on my diet. No problems. Last night, made dinner, hung out at the house. My newborn son came over. We were hanging out there and stuff. It was a good time. I'm on lunch right now. I'm about to eat my salad and then head back inside to work. I did have to make some phone calls on lunch, so it took a little bit longer than expected. So I do have to finish this up and run back inside. But I did want to let everybody know we ran into a speed bump. The ebook that I picked that I started reading, I'm deciding to completely cancel it out. So while I was listening to the ebook, it took me about 30 minutes to completely decide this is not for me. So the author spends his entire time basically trash talking stock options and picking a stock and doing basically, pre-IPO, all this different stuff that I've been learning about. Like, he completely was like, no, don't do it. It's too risky and all this stuff. And it's like, everything that I've been reading about lately has been about risk. It's about taking risks for the big reward and all this different stuff. And this guy is like, it's smarter to invest your money in an index fund. And I was like, okay, what is that? And I was kind of learning about it. And it's about compound interest, which compounding is very successful. You can make a lot of money with compounding. The thing is, it's 9.2%, and that's a good compound interest. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. But the thing is, it's paying out yearly, and it's, you know, it's better than a savings account. If you're going to take money and you're going to put it into a savings account, put your money into an index fund, because you'll get 1% at the bank, maybe 2, but if you put it in an index fund, you'll at least get 9.2% on your money that you're putting in. That's a good option if you want to start saving for retirement, for whatever you're doing. The thing is, I don't want to wait until I'm like 80 years old to have some money to be able to pull out of my index fund. I'm not trying to save for retirement. I'm trying to make money now. And that's kind of the problem. The other thing is, the guy who wrote this book, who is trash talking stocks and hyping up index funds, is basically the biggest owner of index funds in America. Like he owns trillions and trillions of dollars in like of people's money. Basically, the entire book was starting to sound like this guy was sales pitching index funds, and I was able to notice it really quickly. It only took me 30 minutes of the ebook to realize, hey, what's going on? Like this guy's logic and what he's talking about, it's 2 and 2 aren't adding up to 4 right here. So I looked it up, and I looked up a couple more reviews on it than I already had. And this guy was basically talking about it, that, yeah, this guy owns all the index funds, that this guy owns trillions of dollars, that it's basically one giant sales pitch for putting your money into index funds, which is basically making this guy richer. So I was like, no, I'm not playing into his little game and everything. I'm going to do it my way. Basically, I started doing the math on it. Even if I was to take $1,500, which I normally put each year into investing into myself for my businesses and everything, if I was to take $1,500 and put it into the bank and wait 1 year, I would make about $136, I think it was, something around there. And then if I left that money in there, and then the next year I put another $1,500 in there, then that means the following year I would get back, $400, including that $130 something that I'm talking about. And that's without me pulling money. So after 2 to 3 years, I'm only looking at, a $400 gain to me spending $3,000 of my own money and letting it sit. And that's just like, I get it's compounding over time, and compounding does add up. I understand the concept of compounding. The thing is, it's just, I feel like that money could be better off in my pocket now. I could at least use it to enjoy life. I could go on vacations. I could do so much stuff. And it's like, why am I going to sit around waiting for 3 years for $400, $600? And yet again, I get it's compounding, but it's like, I would have to wait at least 10 years, 15 years. And I understand, I could be in a way better position in 15 years. The thing is, I need that money now. I could do so much more with that money. I could get my eyes fixed. I could get all my teeth work done. I could get a new car. I could do so many other things. And I get, spending money on a car and doing all this other stuff is spending money on liabilities and not assets. And I get all that. Even if it's me putting the money into starting a business, and I get 90% of businesses fail, which is why people buy assets and buy stocks and buy all this different stuff. It's more about the fact that I feel like I could just make so much more money in a short amount of time. I mean, in 2 years, for me to make $400 back, I mean, to be 100% honest, like if I was to start a business and sell t-shirts, that's literally me selling 20 t-shirts in 2 years. That's 10 t-shirts a year, just to make the same amount of money that I'd make off of 2 years of doing, index funds. And yet again, I'm not, trying to down index funds. It's a good idea. And if I was making money in the stock market, and if I was making money in, my businesses and everything, I would take some of my money and put it into index funds. Any profit that I made, I would probably put it into index funds. I'm not going to lie. So I would put money into index funds off of the profit of me already starting other businesses and making money off stocks and other things like that. But me working a 9-to-5 and putting my money into an index fund, I would be working a 9-to-5 until I'm dead. Like I might be able to retire early at like 45 or at 50. It's not profitable enough for me to literally work and be penniless and, just have nothing to show for it for the next 15 years and, be renting rooms for rent here in California. it's not where it's at. I'm trying to make millions of dollars right now. I'm trying to be, and it's not a get rich quick thing. It's knowing where to put your money at. I've seen tons of people my age that are doing it, that are starting successful businesses. They drop shipping, affiliate marketing, doing all these things. And, I've tried and dabbled around in those sections before, but my main thing right now is figuring out assets that I can buy currently that are going to give me a return on my investment. 9% is cool, but if I can figure out a way to take $1,000 and flip it to 2,000, to double it, which is the main goal, is to at least double your money. Anything you do, whether it's selling t-shirts, whether it's selling cars, whether it's selling anything, buying and flipping cars, houses, whatever it is, you always want to do at least a double. Houses, real estate and stuff, then you can take a little bit off, but you get what I'm saying. You always want to at least do a double. You want to do a flip. And if you can start doubling everything that you're doing, now you can take $100 and make it $200, $200 make it $400, $400 make it $800. Now you're compounding, but with flips. Now you're getting 100% of what you got back, plus an extra 100%. So I decided I'm cutting off this ebook. I'm not going to listen to this guy's 6-hour sales pitch. I'm going to find a different book. And what sucks too was Think and Grow Rich was my backup. So when I was looking into reviews on Think and Grow Rich, it was actually talking about how there is a better book than that specific book itself, which is The Psychology of Money. And I was already planning on reading that book as part of this 90-day challenge. And it's been something that I've wanted to look into and read the ebook for a while and everything. And so I'm probably going to end up going with that. Because as of right now, I need to find an ebook to be able to listen to on the way home. At least I didn't have to waste 6 hours listening to this guy's sales pitch, so it's not a complete loss. But it was still a loss of about 30 minutes. So I'm going to start the ebook on the drive home. Everything else, we're still on track. I'm going to say a prayer real quick, eat my lunch, get back into work. After work, I'm going to head home, pick up my son, head back, get everything taken care of, make dinner tonight, take him home, and then do my nightly workout. So after that, tomorrow we got the gym early in the morning and back at it.